Yes, peace and blessings, family. This is Malik Ismail of the Vanguard Show. Today's February 28th, and we have a very, very special guest, a brother that I've been wanting to get for so long, and finally both our schedules aligned. Brother's name is Jack Jackson of hashtag Open. He's located in New Jersey, and the brother been doing it for so many years. I'm so proud of him. Many first generations are definitely proud of this brother. And he's been a long time organizer in the community and a revolutionary activist. And he's definitely carried the legacy of the party, Black Panther Party, in terms of the programs that he has for the people of New Jersey, for men, women, children. He has put it down for them, and again, having been mentored by former first generation Black Panthers like Aaron Dixon and others. He's definitely adherent to the Bunchy Carter tradition as well as that Tupac spirit as well. So I want to bring Brother Jack Jackson on the stage, and let's see what's happening, brother.
Hey man,
How you?
thanks for having me on, man. I'm good.
Good, good. Well, first of all, brother, thank you for coming on, man. And again, brother, it's been a long time coming. Like I said, I even have you in my book, my second edition book,
Oh,
recognizing your work in New Jersey. And so I definitely want to shout you out, brother. You ain't just pop up out of nowhere, and you've been grinding for quite a while. So again, brother, thanks for coming through.
thanks for putting me in the book. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for just just recognizing the spirit I'm putting out there.
Right on, brother. Right on. And I would like to ask you, where pretty much your upbringing, where you grew up, and then eventually what led you to become an activist, and just kind of give me your background first, brother.
Oh, okay. My background: I grew up on 353 South 11th Street out in Newark, New Jersey. That's between South Orange Avenue and 13th Avenue, specifically the Westwood. I grew up in North, just just regular trials and tribulations of different ghettos across the hood that got the same problems. My parents they was they both worked, but my uncles and aunts, cousins, everybody was involved. Whether it's participating in selling drugs or indulging in drugs. So I seen a little bit of everything. The area I grew up in was pretty affected really bad by the heroin, then the crack epidemic. So I grew up in that, but I chased the basketball dream. So um I participated in things here and there, but most of the time I chased the basketball dreams. But once my basketball dreams, kind of deflated, I ended up, just, I say falling into the family business, which is selling drugs and just participating in different things. Then I ended up joining a gang here on the East Coast. At first, it was the 9-3 Bloods, but then after politics and everything, the North chapter was able to start their own line, which is 793. So I was a part of that, and then just just going to prison a couple times. My last bid, um, you know, something, something was supposed to go down, and then I prayed. I don't specifically indulge in any type of different type of religions, whether it be Muslim or Christian. I know it's a different spirit out there, so I prayed to that spirit, and that spirit released me from the responsibility of hurting somebody else. And it came in such a way that it touched me to the point that I told myself and my God that I was going to switch everything up. The same charisma and energy I brought to the game thing that drew people into that. I chose to my God that I was going to transfer that energy in a different way, and I was going to bring the people that gravitated to me to something different. And at the time, I didn't know it was Pantherism because I was just trying to do things that was good. And me and a couple of brothers I was locked up with, we was talking about our impact and how how people followed us into the wrong things. How can we get them to follow us into the right things? So with that, we knew we was coming out of prison, so we didn't want to put no pressure on ourselves. So we started thinking about different programs that we could do that really ain't cost no money. So in the midst of us talking about that, one of the corrections officers overheard us talking about it, and he came and he slipped us a piece of paper, and on a piece of paper it had all the programs that the Black Panther Party was running at their height, from the free health
Wow.
clinics to the free ambulances to the pig patrols to the prison bus to take people to visit their people, to the food programs, to just the the political education aspect of it, just educating the people. So we looked at this list and we just we was looking like, damn, they was doing all this. So after I got the list, I started, getting books and start diving deeper into, just the whole Black Panther thing. And when I got out, me and a couple of brothers, we started to move on it. So we started with simple programs like cleaning the block, and while we clean the block, give our people free shape ups, because us, we look good, we feel good. So and then with the free shape ups, while you in the chair, what I'm saying, you're gonna be there for 10 minutes. So while we got you in that chair, giving you the shape up, we could talk to you, build a rapport, and then bleed the pantherism into you while you in the chair, because we got you there. And then it also brings the community out, because we did the shape ups right there on the block after
Mm-hmm.
we cleaned
Okay.
up. Then we gave out food right after that. And then, that's kind of like showing that we can take care of us. And then it was also like a reverse psychology thing, because when we pop up on the block, we basically take over that block and we change the atmosphere of that block. And then right before we leave, we let the brothers and the homies that be out there who block it is, we let them know, like, look at this. We done took your block with love. You feel me? So if we
Right.
did come back and eliminated you and killed you off this block, what I'm saying? Will they miss you? Or will they be like, good for you? You know what I'm saying? Good for it's good. It's a good thing that you're gone. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like applying good pressure. So it's all about, just a reverse psychology thing. So um, basically, once I came home, I started with the programs and then doing the programs and putting them online, and letting people know that all my programs are based off the Black Panthers 10-point program, specifically 1, 4, 5, and 10, which is stuff that we can do, that could teach us, that could, feed us, we can clothe us. So basically, specified on those things. And then, through my study of the Black Panther Party, a lot of people they pulled from Huey, Bobby, the real iconic figures. But through my research, what I'm saying, I found those, what I'm saying, I found people within that pantherism that fit me and fit the people that I'm trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Because my program is all about reaching the hearts of the homies. So that's why we adopted a Bunchy Carter mindset, a Fred Hampton aspect, and a George Jackson determination, what I'm saying, with a Tupac groove, what I'm saying, because,
Mm.
what I'm saying, we grew to a different tune, which is Pantherism. So that's basically in a nutshell what it is. So that's why we are a bunchy breed. We're a bunchy breed because we understand that um, the pimps, the hustlers, the gangsters, what I'm saying, that's our army,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, to combat anything. And then, what I'm saying, studying Bunchy, he understood that, what I'm saying, the hearts of, let's say a gang member or a drug dealer is like, it's ultra loyal to the ones that he loved. It's ultra selfless to the ones he loved. And, we just took that to try and transfer that. So that's why we're a Bunchy breed. We are also free honoring because we believe in the oneness. We believe in the oneness with everything, whether it be, the environment, whether it be, the people in our neighborhood, whether it be, other white people or Spanish people that's struggling. It's all a part of, the capitalistic, let's say, structure that's, what I'm saying, that's meant to, profit off the lower class. So that's why we believe in Fred Hampton. We Fred honor it because we honor Fred Hampton by not discriminating against nobody. As long as you doing the work or you trying to overcome oppression, we with you. And like I said, we Pac wise because the breadcrumbs of revolution is in his music. You know what I'm saying? and in his music, it can reach the heart of the homie. So that's
Yeah.
why we Pac wise. That's why I said we grew to a different tune. And then being a real nigga, what I'm saying, living this thug life as the outlaw in pop music, you will understand that being a nigga means that you're never ignorant getting goals accomplished. And if you live in this thug life, you understand that the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. And if
Mm,
you are outlaw in these streets, you must operate under thug laws. You feel me? So that's why we Pac was. We are also dragon determined because just studying George Jackson and his brother, specifically Jonathan Jackson,
right.
just the determination of a 17-year-old to put something together that can make the world stand up and recognize and look at, what he did, not glorifying what he did, but just the determination and the mind and the heart of the young people that can get something that can change the world done. So that's why we're dragon determined. So that's why our forefathers, and that's basically what it is in a nutshell. Our whole thing is for us loving us teaching us taking care of us taking care of us. And the only way that's gonna happen is us to open our hearts to another motherfucker's pain. And then we open our eyes and spot that pain. Then we open our mind and see how we can relieve that pain. You feel me? And most motherfuckers need something to stand on, so we took that open and made it an acronym, which is our people affecting neighborhoods. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell.
Right on, man. When did it actually come into existence? Like the day, or I should say, the year that hashtag Open has come into existence, and talk about your mentorship or colleagueship with some first generation Panthers that really have been somewhat maybe of a mentor to you.
All right, so we first started out in 2016. This was 6 years after I got out of prison, and just me doing my research. Because even with the gang shit, I wasn't one just to hop out there just because what it is. I gotta know what it is. I gotta, what I'm saying. I got to put my knowledge and everything, what I'm saying, on my brain and in my heart before I come out the doghouse. So in those 6 years, I just did my studying. I cleaned up everything in my life because you can't walk freely and try and help shit if you got shit in front of you in your own life that you tripping over. So I kind of basically I became like a citizen. What I'm saying, that way I could move freely and fight oppression without them going in the background and saying I got warrants or whatever. So after those 6 years doing my research, I got out in 2010. 2016, August 30th, Fred Hampton's birthday. That was the chosen day to start. And we started with a block cleanup. We went door to door. Um, as we went door to door, we let the people know that we're doing free shape ups on the corner. That made it so that the community had to come out and stand in line. So now the neighbors get to know each other. And we did the shape ups and we also fed the community. So that was August 30th, 2016. And like I said, I wasn't even in tune with no real Panthers or, what I'm saying, nobody. I just put it out there that, you feel me, I started something and I put it on social media for my homies, for the motherfuckers that I talked to before I actually stepped out there. Because before I stepped out there, like I said, I cleaned up everything. I made sure I ain't, my politics with my gang was understanding that, what I'm saying, I'm banging for life right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not banging to kill right now. So everything I do, what I'm saying, is gonna be, what I'm saying, in furtherance of, us taking care of us. So after I got that cleared up, I put it on social media just to let the homies know that we out here doing something different. And just staying consistent with the programs, you know, a guy named Kevin Crosby reached out to me. He was like part of, a little, a Panther group where, they just believed in, just the principles of a Panther. And, through talking to him, I was in a little Facebook group, and through him, I got in touch with Shantoya from Kansas City, and she gave me a lot of good information. And through Shantoya, um, somebody from my hood out in Plainfield, New Jersey, named Hanif Wynn. He was already in tune, like moving like with the new African Black Panther Party. So once she put me in tune with him, and he was like, "Damn, Jack, you on this shit? You on this Panther shit?" You know what I'm saying? He put me in tune with a lot of the originals, and starting with Aaron Dixon, and through Aaron Dixon, because that was the only motherfucker I really, you know what I'm saying, was in tune with. And also, Victor Houston, old Victor Houston, Baby Huey. I did. He did a lot of behind the scenes over the phone work with me. Gave me a lot of knowledge. Victor Houston, Baby Huey. He gave me a lot of real life pantherism, like from his mouth, from his experiences, and then through Victor, that's how we all got in tune with Aaron, and then Elaine, and then Rashad Bird's song out of Pittsburgh, and
Right.
then basically those was my mentors. And then through me just doing the work and just staying in tune with them and just growing, you know what I'm saying, politically educated, and as I say, niggalytical education, I grew in that. I was invited to come do a workshop at the Panthers, the Black Panther Party for Self Defense 50th out in Oakland at the Oakland Museum. And when I came out there, that's when I really got a base with a lot of the originals, because the hotel that we was at was, a lot of them was staying there. Like Cha Cha from the Young Lords, he
Yeah.
was like in the room next to me, and we stayed up late night. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Then Aaron being in the same hotel, and just and then just me venturing off on my own, because like I said, I was really in tune with the game thing. So a couple people that I knew from LA came up, and they showed me around Oakland. So I really got to touch the turf, as they would say, and really get a real sense of the essence. So doing the workshop and then actually being at Bobby Hutton Park, bagging up the bags of food, because I was one of the volunteers there to bag up the bags of food when they gave out. I think it was like 500 to 1,000 bags of food during the little picnic at the 50th, during that whole weekend celebration, and just going to the gala back at the museum, and just seeing all the history and talking to everybody. It gave me a whole different understanding of what I was doing, because I was doing it without real knowledge, with just me, reading books. But once I got to Oakland, I really talked to them, and what I'm saying, and a lot of them had the same story as me. It's just that, you know, they ain't have to go through what I went through. They picked it up because it was needed. And, what I'm saying? At the time, back in the 60s, just a Vanguard was needed. So just talking to a lot of the originals and just taking their numbers and staying in tune with, like Billy Che Brooks, and a lot of the originals, just staying in tune with them, what I'm saying, and just getting the wisdom and the breadcrumbs of revolution from them, and putting my little, what I'm saying, twist on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what really got me into it. So basically, Aaron Dixon, Rashad Birdsong, Victor Houston, and Elaine Brown is basically the main ones and main elders that I look to for guidance. You know what I'm saying? Advice and knowledge.
Oh man, how important is it for those? And they have various Panther groups, if you will, out there right now. How important is it to connect with the first generation and to really almost just humble yourself and learn and get game, if you will, from some of the first generation? How is it important for other groups today that are trying to go in that same mode?
Okay, I say it's important because you get the real stories. You get the, what I'm saying, you get to learn about Panther Piss, what I'm
Right.
saying, and the off hours, and the what I'm saying, the times when they're not selling the paper, and when they're not at rallies, and when they're not in political education class. You get the stories of them, and what I'm saying, how they ate together, how they slept together, how they traveled together, and just, what I'm saying, just the intricate parts of, what I'm saying, the issues that come up when running a organization that's built on, what I'm saying, overcoming oppression or revolution or serving the people. That's what I took it for. I ain't take the originals as getting a stamp or getting, legitimacy. I took it for the real, what I'm saying, the real knowledge that comes behind it. Because, what I'm saying, you can find a lot of information through books, through documentaries and everything, but you ain't gonna get that soul of a Panther unless you talk to an elder. You ask those questions like, you know what I'm saying, how did you feel, you know what I'm saying, when you had to leave your family because you was in the mindset of that it was a real war going on. Because you know a lot of them in their mind and their heart they was fighting a real war, a real life war. Because at the time it was wartime. You know, that was the time. You know, lynchings. You know, churches getting bombed. You know what I'm saying? That was the Panthers was like they came from the residue of all that pain. So you got to understand their mindset for why they chose to, you know, adopt, you know what I'm saying, Huey P. Newton's philosophy of, you know what I'm saying, just Pantherism. So, and then getting the stories from the lesser known Panthers, the rank and file, the boots on the ground. That's what I was more interested in. I'm not interested in the marching and the rallying. I'm more interested in, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, the intricate and the logistics that they had to do to get certain things done. You know what I'm saying, how to organize the people. And like I said, with Bunchy, like I was able to get my hands on some of his journals and just looking at his journals, it gave me insight on how to, you know, recondition the hearts of the homies. You know what I'm saying? How to challenge them in a good way, applying good pressure. You know what I'm saying? And then even when I went to Seattle for their 50th anniversary, and I met um the Valentine. I met Valentine, who was more he was part of the chapter with Aaron, but Valentine was more the, you know, he was the nigga of the party. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's who I feel I am, and the one that's coming with me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How Valentine was able to take his criminal mentality and his, you know what I'm saying, his you know what I'm saying, his whole essence as a street person. How was he able to transfer that into Pantherism and then doing it for a good thing? So that's what I use the elders for the logistical part, for like I said, for the off hours of the party, not the time when the party was out there, you know, propaganda, doing the propaganda part. I wanted to know the other part. You know what I'm saying? How did y'all sell the papers? How did y'all approach the people to get them to come to political education class instead of just being out there in a uniform and everything? And then also learning that the uniform brought, you know what I'm saying, investigations and, you know what I'm saying, just little things that I can implement now, you know what I'm saying, to avoid pitfalls. Because that's why I say open is a feeling. It's not an organization. You feel me? And that's a way to avoid them trying to, you know what I'm saying, make us out to be a terrorist group. Because open is a feeling. I want you to open your heart to another nigga's pain. You feel me? So that's basically what I use the elders for. And I feel as if any group that's doing that, that's in tune with elders or wanna learn from the elders, don't ask them the regular questions. Ask them the questions like, you know what I'm saying, maybe like, how did you feel when your family felt as if you was doing the wrong thing and putting your life on the line for a cause? You know what I'm saying? Because that's something you got to deal with when your family, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, um, our community, our race of people, you know what I'm saying, they suffering from something I call niggerism because a lot of them don't even see or even feel the effects of, you know what I'm saying, what's going on around them. You know what I'm saying? So getting the insight to the to from the elders on how they was able to reach that same mentality, because that same mentality was around when they were, you know, when the original started, but they was able to draw them in to get them to care. So getting the, you know what I'm saying, like I said, getting that type of information from the elders, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know what I'm saying, how to still juggle regular life with fighting oppression. Because you know a lot of the elders, you know what I'm saying, they're still suffering now from, you know what I'm saying, picking up that fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, they didn't finish school because they joined the Panthers. A lot of them got records because they joined the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? So just learning how to balance, you know, still showing love for the people with the love and the attention to my family. I learned that from the elders and how to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? Because once you know what I'm saying, kind of burn yourself out from fighting, you know what I'm saying, your family is going to be the ones that's dead, that's, you know, that missed you when you was out there fighting. So,
Yeah.
um, that's why I say that's what I feel as if these groups need to get from the Elder Panthers. Don't look for author, you know what I'm saying, to be authenticated. Don't look um to, you know, sensationalize what you're doing by hooking up with the elders. Hook up with the elders to learn from them,
Right.
to to help them if they need. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of them is in I say bad situations because of, you know what I'm saying, the choices that they made back then. So how can you help them? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just need the socialization because, you know, they lost people. You know, they
Yeah.
still dealing with trauma, and I understand that trauma comes from the streets when you know, when you losing people, you know, due to violence and everything. But they lost theirs. They lost their comrades due to violence with fighting oppression. So, you know, just getting that from them. I feel as if get the spirit and the soul of a panther from the elders instead of trying to get instructions and legitimacy. That's what I would say.
Oh, right on, man. Well said, brother. I also, I've always liked the statement by Huey P. Newton. There'll be those that will want to be known through the media, but we can best judge ourselves by our dedication to the community, pending revolution. And you've always been one of those who would just ground, down. If you got some media attention or whatever the case would be, you always were focused on the program, and it's not personal in terms of your putting you specifically out there, but it's for the community. Talk about how you go from I guess the me thing to we in terms of, and how important that is for activists, brother.
Because the main thing is what I got from this Black Panther shit is it's all about selfless acts of love. You feel me? So if you look at that, you know what I'm saying, it's a selfless act. So what you doing, you shouldn't give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, the recognition because, you know what I'm saying, you supplying a need. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you're relieving some pain. And you're educating somebody on something that they didn't know. You're opening their eyes to something that they didn't see. So that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know what I'm saying? It's not about, as I would say, you know, chasing greatness. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Greatness comes through consistency and actions. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't we don't write history, we make history. So, you know what I'm saying, you can't start out thinking, yeah, I'm gonna make history, I'm gonna be famous for this. No, you just gotta start out giving a fuck. So that's my whole thing. I started out giving a fuck. I didn't start out like, yeah, I'm gonna get a army together and we gonna start this. No, I just came out giving a fuck. Cause like I said, it just started with me. You feel me? And I started cleaning the block, and I let the homie know like, yo, dig, I'm about to start doing block cleanups and free shape ups. And then one of the homies was like, I used to do shape ups when I was locked up. I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about even recognition or even because I've been doing this shit for the longest and I ain't even no nonprofit. Everybody's telling me you should become a 501c so you can get paid for it. I told them I don't want to get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. Me personally, I know what money do to a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? The things a motherfucker do just for a couple dollars. So once you put money involved, so now a motherfucker doing it as a career, as a, you know what I'm saying, to pay their bills. And you know what I'm saying? If you working all week and then you come help me 1 hour out the week or over the weekend, I appreciate that more than you know what I'm saying, being a nonprofit and doing it to get paid. So the whole thing with the reason why I stepped out and why I chose to stay away from the propaganda part, the seeking legitimacy part, because I'm East Side certified. Like you feel me? I don't need legitimacy. You know what I'm saying? My legitimacy is in my heart and in my actions and what I do. I rather the motherfucker I help be like, yeah, I know him because he brought food to my house instead of a motherfucker saying, oh yeah, I know Jack. He on he had an interview where he did such and such, like you feel me? So
Right.
I'm more of a intimate impact motherfucker, like you feel me? I rather
Right.
my impact be to the motherfuckers that I'm intimately involved with, and that I change their way of thinking, and I change how they saw shit, instead of, you know what I'm saying, a motherfucker on social media that I might never meet, you know what I'm saying, giving me kudos. I want the kudos from the grandmother that I just took food from,
Mm.
that told her grandson about what I did, and now her grandson want to meet me. You feel me? That's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? The ripple effect. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And my, when I say my ripple effect, it's like when a drop of water hit, you know what I'm saying, hit some more water, it ripples out.
Right.
So all I give a fuck about is when I do that impact, when, you know what I'm saying, when I drop that pantherism in someone's life, how it ripples out to the people that's next to them. I don't
Right.
give a fuck how, but ripples out to the world. As long as it ripples out to my area, because my area out in Plainfield, a couple months ago, somebody patio furniture got stolen. When they called the police said reach out to the open program. They down here. You know what I'm saying? They can help you. You feel me? I'd rather have that ripple effect where the police know, like, you know what I'm saying, you can reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? They can help you better than we can help you. All the officers could do was take a report. I could find out exactly who the fuck did it. You know what I'm saying? And approach the situation. So that, you know what I'm saying, that's what I care about. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
don't care about the papers knowing, or even the people knowing. I care about the people that I intimately deal with every day know. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be in Jersey or the different places where I got an impact. That's what I care about. And that's why I push other programs and other people that push this pantherism to care about. Care about the work and the people that you doing the work for. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Everybody else, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, is just icing on the cake. You feel me?
Right.
And,
And
and then if
also,
you,
brother, shout out some of your program. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
and then like I said, the people reaching out and admiring what you're doing, that's the icing on the cake. And what you
Mm.
got to understand is, once you get the icing on the cake, don't even eat the cake. Give the
Mm.
cake to others. You feel
Mm.
me? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's what you know what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, land the plane on. But what you were saying about my program,
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us about your specific program and how can people support you and reach out to you to support as well.
our main programs is the my block cleanup, where we treat your block like I treat my block. Where,
Mm.
like I said, we come through and we clean the block, and then, you know, we don't give no full warning. You know, I might come the day before and talk to the element that's on the block. You know, smoke some weed with them, let them know that, I'm gonna be coming through tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing cleanups. So if you got a stash around here, pick it up tonight, because I don't want to be cleaning up and I pick your work up, and it's a situation. So we do the block cleanups, and like I said, we don't put out flyers, and we just pop up. So that way, you know what I'm saying, when we out there cleaning up and somebody come to your door, knocking on the door, like, yeah, we the open program, we let you know that we come, you know what I'm saying, just to beautify the block, and, we doing free shape ups. It's like a surprise effect, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um,
And then the contact information where people get contact and reach you. Did we lose you, brother? Let's see.
yeah,
Right
so
on. Brother, tell us about some of the program. Well, you already told about the programs, but also how can people reach out to financially support or whatever support you feel you need to definitely keep the programs going and growing?
all right, so basically, you can reach us, like I said, at Jack Jackson 81 and Open Forever underscore on Instagram. And we take donations, but we really don't lean on donations, because, like I said, we lean on the principles of Panther, which is, not a penny, not a penny, not a dime, not a needle, not a thread will be taken from the people. So If you want to donate, you know what I'm saying, you can reach out to us. I could give you the Cash App, which is open forever 2023. But we want you to have an impact. You know what I'm saying? If you want to reach out and I could teach you our blueprint on, you know what I'm saying, how to start the programs, or if you want to, you know what I'm saying, start a elderly food program in your neighborhood, we want your impact. If you want to donate, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? We kind of self-sufficient and we lean on each other. Like I said, we pool our money together and use our resources. Most of us work. So we really don't lean on money, but if you want to donate, it's usually reaching out and giving out through Cash App. But our main thing is we want you to get an impact. We want you to start doing something. We want you to start a program. If you need the guidance, or if you need me to even come to your city or whatever, I'm willing to do that to help you start a program and start impact. You know what I'm saying? That's what open want. We don't want your money. We don't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We want you to start doing something. You know what I'm saying? Same way we started doing, we stepped out and did something, just like Bunchy Carter said. Even if all you do is spit, motherfucker, do something.
You said.
So we want you to do something, whatever your passion is, because you know what I'm saying, we all feel some type of way. I feel some type of way about the impacts of the homies in the community. Another one of us feel about, you know what I'm saying, us learning about ourselves culturally, and, you know what I'm saying, learning about Pan-Africanism. So another person part of my program, his passion is financial literacy, and, you know what I'm saying, just cultural literacy. So, you know what I'm saying, anything you want to do, your passion, you can reach out to us and we can help you foster that passion. We want you to have the impact. It's easy for a motherfucker to send $10, but you know what I'm saying, I want every one of us to do something, even if it's just, you know, pulling out the garbage can for an old person that's in your neighborhood every Tuesday and Thursday. Because we all know when the garbage can got to get pulled to the curb. You can start with just that. You know what I'm saying? Start with an impact. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want from the people. If you want to donate, that's great. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not here for any any monetary gain. The gain we want is our people being active, you know what I'm saying, and just the betterment of our community. And just, you know, like I said, us loving us helping us teaching us. So you can reach out to me, like I said, my Instagram at JackJackson81, or you can reach out to the our programs page, which is open forever underscore, and just have an impact. If you want to have an impact by donating to us while for our food programs and our after school program, you can do that. But we want your impact is for you to start a program, for you to start a educational tutoring program. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want as open. You know what I'm saying?
Right
That's
on.
all we need, really.
Right on, right on, brother. And I did share a picture of you inside my second edition book because I really respected the work you've always done, brother, and want to encourage you to keep it up. And again, man, definitely want to let people know about what you're doing up there, doing some great work. Do you have any shout outs, man, that you want to give before we conclude?
I want to shout out to all the original Black Panthers, the ones that passed on to paradise, the ones that's behind the G wall that's still locked up, and the ones that's dealing with mental trauma from the stuff that they went through, and just the ones that's still out here doing the work, and the ones that's just, you know, that's still around. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's part of the open program. You know who you is. I want to give a shout out to Boricua Power out in New York, which is the Spanish group that we're working with. I want to give a shout out to all my homies, New Direction, Khalil Tut. That's a program that I work with out in North that's doing great work. New Direction, Shadiq Dukes, Eight the Great, and Khalil Tut. I also want to give a shout out to just my kids, my family, um, and Aaron Dixon, Elaine Brown, Rashad Birdsong, Victor Houston, and all the other Panthers that helped us out. Also want to give a shout out to um, the brother from the Black Panther Party that gave us these coloring books. So if
Mhm.
you reach out, you can get a coloring book for free, or if you want to donate, we'll send you the coloring book. Basically, it's a point of the program, and then it's an illustration. You know what I'm saying, that supports that point of the program, and then also want to shout out um everybody that picked up the mantle, whether that's be everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody that's doing the work, you know what I'm saying, because um even the ones that's getting, you know what I'm saying, that's getting flack, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, even the brother in Philly, you know what I'm saying, I actually met Paul Birdsong. I went down there, and I was around him, and you know what I'm saying, I helped do a lot of things with him, so he's doing good work. So I want to give a shout out to him,
Right
and
on.
you know what I'm saying, everybody that's picking up the mantle, you know what I'm saying? Well, whether you was authorized to do it or not authorized to do it, as long as you doing the work, open salute you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All the politics and all the other shit that go along with it, we really don't. You know what I'm saying? We really don't give a fuck as long as there's no disrespect. And like I said, we a bunchy breed. Executive order number one: we don't talk down. We don't engage in combat with no other black political organization that's for the betterment of our people. And like I said, we're a bunchy breed. We stand on that. So as long as you doing the work, you know what I'm saying, we salute you, we fuck with you. The brother from the new African Black Panther Party, Africa, I want to salute him because he's a brother that, that came around the open program. He came, he got some structure from us, and now he's doing great work. Um, even I'm talking about everybody, the new African Black Panther Party. Everybody need to put whatever they got going on, personally. They need to put that shit to the side and just do the work. You feel me? Don't talk about each other. Don't attack each other. Do the work. Attack the problems in the community and talk about the goodness in the community. Because, like I said, um, a lot of people say all power to the people. We say all love to the people because that's
Mm.
what we need. You know what I'm saying? We understand the power is in the barrel of the gun, so we need the love that's inside the power, that's inside the people.
Right.
So we want to leave with that. All love to the people.
Oh, right on, brother. And will you be will you I'm gonna try to make it out to the 60th, and a lot of first generation Panthers, man, they're getting up there. I was wondering if you was gonna be out there as well.
When is that? That's in a couple. That's in a
Yeah,
couple
it'll be
years
October 15th through 17th of this year.
of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll matter of fact, I'm gonna put something together because one of the little homies, he out in LA right now. One of my open members, he's out in LA right now, and he's gonna, you gave me some good historical places he's gonna go. So he went out there with a couple brothers, just to, what I'm saying, just to, what I'm saying, further what we doing on touching the hearts and the homie aspect. So we'll definitely be out there. We'll be out there for the 60th. For the 60th. I'm gonna talk to Aaron and Elaine and Rashad, and I'm gonna put that together. I'm gonna make sure I'm out there, so I'll be out there.
Absolutely, bro. We look forward to seeing you in person for the first time, comrade, and keep up the great work, brother. And I'll be definitely talking with you soon, man.
You too, man. All love and all power to the people, man.
All power to the people. All right. Take care, brother.